It's your girl Ash, and I am back with another video, and today I am going to be reacting to the first time the worst fights in MMA. Big shout out to our entertainment channel who made this suggestion. I did make a post on my community tab. I wanted some suggestions on what videos I should react to, and he recommended the Montage King MMA channel for me to check out. So big shout out to our entertainment channel. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hit that red button so you can be a part of the family. Don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Enough of me talking, y'all. Let's get straight into this reaction.
Anything can happen in MMA. There are countless ways a fight can go, but they can't all be exciting.
Who won this fight? Oh no, not the fans.
What?
Sorry, folks.
He's
This
tired.
is a list of high-profile fights that either bored fans into submission or displayed the technical proficiency of a drunken bar fight. Maybe.
Listen, let me put you guys on to something. I love boxing. Like, if you know me, or if you like followed me from the very beginning, you know that I'm into boxing. Like, I've been into boxing since I was really young. Like, I know my boxing. I might not know my history that great, but I know my boxing. Okay, we can debate about some boxing. We could go head to head about some boxing. And yeah, I love boxing. If you are an MMA fan or a boxing fan, comment down below. Let me know who is your favorite boxer or MMA fighter of all time.
Be even worse. These are some of the worst fights in MMA. In a battle of two of the worst pseudonames in MMA,
I think I remember this.
Took on Dada 5000 at Bellator 149.
Kimbo was a street fighter.
Explosivity at its finest, aggression, throwing every punch with conviction, back behind blunt force.
I used to watch Kimbo. I used to watch him like back in the day on YouTube. I used to watch him like fighting in backyards, fighting wherever, and effing up these dudes. Like, he would definitely knock them out. But the thing about with Kimbo is he really didn't have like a technique, really. You know, like he didn't have like a MMA type technique to fight, or boxing technique. He didn't have those things. Like, he was a street fighter where like there weren't any rules.
Trauma.
Both Kimbo and Dada come from a street fighting background.
I don't know.
So
I
fans
don't know
weren't
too much
expecting the
about
most
him.
technical fight, but they also weren't expecting this.
But those who know the game technically know that there have been a million opportunities lost in this fight.
Both fighters gassed almost immediately and looked as if they were throwing punches underwater.
Just flailing arm punches,
Yeah.
turning over a shot.
Shockingly, and unfortunately, the fight continued for 2 more rounds.
Both fighters needed to be helped off the stool to start round 3.
With only a minute and a half left of the fight, Kimbo managed to make some kind of offensive contact towards Dada 5000. Dada, who almost became the first MMA fighter to die of exhaustion, collapsed to the floor in bizarre fashion.
Want to say it was punches, it could have just been fatigue.
Kimbo was declared the winner via TKO, and Dada.
I know I'm loud, y'all, but I think I remember this fight because I initially thought he was faking. I thought that at the time that those blows that Kimbo was throwing, which really weren't landing that clean, I honestly thought that it was because he was hitting him too hard. But see, this is the thing about street fighting. You're not used to, you know, being as active in street fight. You don't use your legs. You're constantly like in MMA, like you're constantly like moving around, even though it's only like a couple of rounds in MMA, but it's still more physical. You know what I'm saying? Versus street, where you can just do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got all that time to really just catch your breath. You're not really bouncing around, moving around like that. With street, it's straightforward. But with MMA and with boxing, it's not like that. There's rules. You know what I'm saying? So they both was out of shape and they weren't prepared for MMA or boxing. They wasn't, especially Kimbo.
Dada 5000 was hospitalized for 2 weeks after his heart stopped.
Oh.
He also suffered severe dehydration and kidney failure due to cutting 40 pounds to make the 265-pound
I
weight
didn't know
limit.
that.
Dada was recently released from the hospital and has no plans to fight again.
He better
Looking
not.
at explosivity at its finest, aggression, throwing every punch with conviction back behind blunt force trauma.
His body
Aliyev
wasn't used to
Mahmoud
that.
versus Kiyoshi Tamura wasn't only one of the worst fights ever, but also one of the strangest. Mahmoud, who comes from a wrestling background, kept hopping around as if he was having some type of seizure.
What's with the jumping, boss? What are you trying to accomplish there? I don't know.
Mahmoud eventually propelled his own groin into his opponent's knee.
Grasshopper.
Right in the pills.
After taking
Ooh.
a 5-minute break, Mahmoud called off the fight, although no one seemed to notice or even care.
He's gonna quit. He's gonna quit. It's over. He's getting a 3-minute respite, so they're not calling the fight off just yet. Boss, do you know what a respite is, buddy? It's a 3-minute break, I guess, because you said it 2 times now. Thank you.
The fight was restarted, and Mahmoud continued to launch his body around the ring, and even landed a decent punch at one point.
Oh, nice left hand by Mahmoud.
But Mahmoud
Oh.
quickly gassed and waved off the fight for the second time.
Once you say to the referee, you want to tell the referee that he can't.
What he mean?
It's over. He's
But yet again, no one seemed to notice, and the fight continued for a short time.
interesting.
Yeah,
Is it the kick?
Until he was eventually stopped.
Wait, hold on. What? Is it the kick that he can't handle? Or is he just being lazy? Because that's what it seemed like. He just being lazy.
Stopped out of sheer awkwardness alone.
He's giving his posture now. It should be. Oh, I don't understand this, boss. He's talking to him. Well, why doesn't his coach try throwing in the towel then, if that's what he wants to do? We're halfway through round 1. Right there, finally, the corner throws in the towel.
It was Aliyev Mahmoud's one and only MMA fight.
Oh, man.
I mean, but it did hit him in
Gabby
the...
Garcia is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world
You know
champion
what I'm saying?
and training partner of
In the-
Vanderlei Silva. She made her MMA debut at Ryzen on New Year's Eve, taking on professional wrestler Lady Tapa, who was also making her MMA debut.
You
Yeah,
want
these
to really
some
appreciate
big
the
chicks.
size of both Gabby Garcia and Lady Top, and look at them next to John McCarthy, who is a giant in his own right.
Garcia, who was
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Them some big chicks, boy. Yo.
promoted as a grappling world champion and sex symbol, trained for months at the highest
Sex
level with
symbol?
former champions, then proceeded to throw all of it out the window when the bell rang.
Why?
Both women began flailing their arms wildly, with Lady Tapa landing the harder punches in the beginning.
Oh, nice big hand! Rock Gabby Garcia.
Garcia recovered and accidentally landed a punch of her own.
Oh.
Garcia proceeded to use her black belt level jiu-jitsu training to violently club Lady Tapa over the head until the referee stopped the
Oh
fight.
my God.
Stopped, and it is.
While
Yo,
not a
that's
boring
messed
fight,
up.
The lack of
Wait.
skill being displayed.
Hold on. Why they was that a gorilla or ape? Why did they do that? Shade. The shade montage king, the shade. I peeped it.
Played on such a big stage makes this fight worth mentioning. Gabriel
That
Gonzaga
wasn't really
made
a
his
bad
UFC
fight,
debut
though.
in 2005 against Kevin
From the
Jordan.
highlights.
And he looks a little bit like he could be talking about Cheeseburger Royale. You see a little facial likeness there?
What's wrong
Yeah, I
with him?
knew what you were talking about. Come on, Pulp Fiction? Oh, okay. But to who? Cheeseburger Royale.
So you think he looks like Samuel Jackson?
Yeah.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese.
A Royale with cheese.
Royale with
Oh,
cheese.
Pulp Fiction.
One of those dudes thinks all black people look alike. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? That guy doesn't look anything like Samuel Jackson.
What do they call it? Wow.
I don't know. I didn't go on a Burger King.
Gonzaga looked impressive early in the fight, scoring a takedown and actively working for submissions. But both fighters gassed midway through the first round. After that, the most entertaining part of the fight was the commentary.
Are they saying? What are they saying?
Sounds like go home.
Yeah, go home.
Go home. Oh my!
Craving crowd
Wait, are they saying go home?
tonight at the MGM.
You wrote it down. Say it. No, I wouldn't call either one of these gentlemen that.
Absolutely not.
The fighters received multiple warnings from the referee.
Round.
People are stomping their hands on the ground.
And here we go. An official admonishment.
Then, just when it seemed all hope was lost,
Oh!
Big end for it by Gabriel. Wow, out of nowhere.
Gonzaga went on to have a successful UFC career. Kevin Jordan has since retired and is currently working at a car wash.
The shade.
Let's not start sucking each other's dicks quite yet.
And a few honorable mentions. Nate Quarry was able to complete a half marathon during his fight with Caleb Starnes.
Interesting technique by Corey.
Almost every Jake Shields fight. Bellator is currently looking to sign these guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.
Gosh. Man, listen. That was hilarious. He said, if you guys don't engage, I'm going to take a point. And then homeboy was like, yo, F this. I gotta move in for the kill. And he moved in for the kill and homeboy retired. That is crazy. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Comment down below. Let me know. Listen, I'm a whole totally different person when it comes to boxing. I get extremely loud. I start cursing. That's just how I am when it comes to boxing. And MMA is cool. I'm not as much of a big fan of MMA. Not saying that I'm not a fan of MMA, but I'm more of a diehard boxing fan. But boxing is actually starting to like die down. But I do watch MMA. I do watch MMA. But do I watch MMA as much as I watch boxing? No. I've been to so many boxing fights, like so many. I can't even count how many boxing matches I've been to. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Comment down below. Let me know if you guys like this reaction or not. Let me know. Give your girl some feedback. Don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, fam.